today we're going to get into season 10, episode 2 of The Real Housewives of Potomac. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And come on over here and kick it with your girl. So we starting this episode off still at Ashley's second bloom. And she's still going back and forth with Stacey about her divorce and her lies. At this point, okay, I was cool with it at first, a little drama, but now it's becoming obsessive. Like, Ashley, I know you want a moment, but girl, like, we know Stacey is a little delusional. We know Stacey is going to lie. We know this. Like, it's no fun when somebody is just going to lie and going to keep lying and keep lying and keep lying. It's like, at some point the shit get old and it's not even worth like going back and forth. Stacey is one of them people where you just got to let her believe her lies, let her think that she got you believing her lies, and leave her where she at. Instead of going back and forth with her trying to prove a point, it's only making you look crazy as hell, Ashley. Like, that's that. We see Keiarna. She still have a problem with Wendy. I was rooting for Keiarna, but Keiarna is such a beautiful lady. But as far as the TV, I don't know if the main character role is for her. I think she may have stayed good as a friend. Stacey is saying that every time she talks to Keiarna, her energy is negative. And she's like, Keiarna don't want to do nothing but fight. And Keiarna is like, yeah, you know, because I'm a fight. Like, Keiarna, you did your little thing, but it's not like you just really got out there in the paint and really fought somebody. Let's be clear. Like, child, I told y'all last recap that I felt like in this particular situation, Wendy wasn't wrong. Keiarna is just dragging it. I feel like she's looking for a storyline. I am interested in seeing what she will have to say next season or at the reunion, being everything that's going on with Wendy. That's neither here nor there. Angel says she's riding for her friend Keiarna. We know Stacey's friend was riding for her. And Wendy is basically like, let's just move forward. Like, she's over it. Like, we know she don't really fool with Keiarna. She ain't never... If we go back to last season, not Stacey, but Wendy didn't fool with Keiarna then. Like, she didn't want to share a room with her. We know this. Like, she not really checking for you. So, like, let it go and let it just be. Keiarna brings up the fact that Stacey is basically saying that she's never going to drop the facade. Again, let her do her, because one thing about people like Stacey, they always end up showing their hand. Like, Stacey, I feel like Stacey is a little fun. She's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Funny, a little delusional. Like, the delusion is so crazy that it's like, okay, what's she gonna say again? But if I was these ladies and I was on the show with her, I wouldn't even give Stacey the time of day, because it's so obvious that she's lying and that she's going to continue to lie. So it's like, what's the point of study beating this dead horse? Stacey, like I said, her level of delusion is crazy, because she's saying she don't know how the girls when the girls decided to all gang up on her. And it's like, Stacey, they never really was your friend for real, but but okay, girl. We see Karen's friend Cookie. I said, okay, so since Karen not gonna be on the show, she gonna bring her representative. I ain't mad at you, Karen. I do, like I said before, I do feel like Giselle is genuine when it comes to the Karen situation. She's talking to Karen's friend Cookie, and she's saying, you know, Karen's birthday is coming up and that she want to get together and do something for her birthday, which I thought was nice and cute. She's asking about Ray. She's saying that Ray is doing good, that he's golfing. And Cookie said that, you know, Karen told her to tell Giselle that she said hi. So from Cookie's point, Karen is doing good. She's holding it down, and she's just doing her time. So Wendy, you know, she speaks to Tia, and Tia is letting her know that her grandfather was royalty, I think a prince or something, in Nigeria. So they kind of, you know, have a little moment of both being Nigerian, and then here go delusional Stacey. I'm Nigerian too, like. Like, Stacey just says shit. And it's like, she says stuff to see the reaction that she's going to get out of people and to see how, you know, to have a moment. Like, that's why I said I wouldn't even entertain her, because it's like, excuse me, y'all, I'm talking over my words. The delusion is like crazy. Like, and like I said this last week, that I feel like she has the right amount of delusion, but I feel like she has the right amount of delusion for the show, but it's to a fault in Stacey's case, because it's just like she's delusional, but then that's it. It's like, it's nothing followed up with it. She got a itsy bit of personality, but I don't feel like her personality is like, so I don't know. But that whole she Nigerian girl, child, leave it up to Ashley to be tacky as hell. Her event was cool until she didn't have this lady come over here and do a little striptease dance for them. Like, Ashley, nobody is checking for this but you, baby. Nobody, you could have had this lady dance for you after dark. Like, after everything was over, you could have got her, let her dance for you, and you do what you do. Nobody was checking for this but you. Like, we know Ashley get down. But I don't know what she was thinking to add this in the middle of her party. But child, if you like it, Ashley, cool. Just, you know, take that to, you know, do it for yourself. I just felt like it was tacky, being that everybody's dressed up, looking nice and stuff, and then here you go, got somebody over here. Ashley, like, baby, that's why I said her and Michael was one of a kind. Stacey is going to Wendy's house to meet up with her. We know this is just a scene being produced here. So she meets up with Stacey. Wendy and Stacey meets at her house, y'all. They trying to open this. They can't get this wine bottle open, so they got to settle for water. And so Stacey is basically telling Wendy how Ashley was grilling her. Then Wendy noticed the ring on her finger and asked her if she's engaged. And she says that she's back with her husband, but they are taking things slow and that they aren't getting married tomorrow or anything. But, you know, they're rekindling. Which, me personally, I don't think that Stacey is divorced, allegedly. But we gonna roll with it for the show. And so Wendy is like, yo, here we go. And everybody keeps saying, well, why do people have a problem with Stacey going back to her husband? I don't think people have a problem with Stacey going back to her husband. I think the problem is Stacey just lies for no damn reason. And the problem is she brought TJ on here and played in everybody's face like TJ was her man and lied about it. And then TJ is saying that she was paying him and all this other shit. And then you all of a sudden you act like your husband you so hurt and y'all were getting divorced and all this extra stuff. Then this season, which I don't even think it's been a full year, at the time this was filmed, y'all are already back together. Like, make it make sense. I think that she just couldn't get on the show for whatever reason, and she really wanted to be on the show, and she had to find some type of drama, and that's where TJ came in, and she paid him or whatever situation they had going on, while her husband was still in the background. They weren't divorced, or they could have went through a rocky time, who knows? But I feel like this is all a scheme that Ty had set up, and baby, we just watching it play out at this point. So Stacey is definitely coming to us with the bullshit. Then Wendy brings up the situation about Happy Eddie. And Stacey, this is my issue I have with Stacey. Stacey lies for no reason at all. Like, she's just a liar. And it's like, at some point, it's like she tells stupid lies. You doing the cannabis line. So what? Everybody doing that's just like, I can't stand now. Don't get me wrong, I did kind of side Wendy when this first happened, and she was like, oh, people want to be like us. Girl, if you go into the grocery store and you walk down the bread aisle, how many different brands of bread are there? Like, that's with anything in the store. You have your regular brand, like your popular name brand, your generic brand, your store name brand. Like, it's always different types of brands. So when people be like, oh, they only doing this because I'm doing it. if you know your shit the best and you know you good at what you do, I don't give a damn what nobody else doing, because guess what? You can't outwork me. You can't outbeat me. So it is what it is. But I do understand where Wendy's coming from. She asked her, you lied about it, and she basically said Giselle was a liar, and kind of find out Giselle was telling the truth, just like Giselle was telling the truth about Mia, because see, Mia's in ATL now. I just feel like Wendy lied about dumb stuff. Now she's saying that this stuff was in talks. She was talking to people, but nothing was final, so she didn't have a company. And it's just like, girl, it is what it is. Like, do what you do. So we are being introduced to one of the new housewives, Tia. And Tia was born in Lagos, and she was raised in London. Tia has 4 children. She has 2 twins, a girl and a boy, and they are 10. A 13-year-old daughter and a 16-year-old daughter, and she's been married for 17 years. Her husband does sales and acquisitions for some type of company, but it's like a big company. So they're doing good for themselves. So far, I think Tia is cool. We know that she's a global real estate agent, so I'm, interested to see what that's about. But, well, not to see what it's about, but to continue to learn more about her. But I did kind of like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. When she said that she doesn't run errands and her husband is the driver because she grew up with a chauffeur, I'm like, that might rub some people the wrong way. I get, when you come from something, let me just say this. When you come from something, like, say if you come from money, then if you never been broke and you come from wealth, you know, certain stuff you're accustomed to. That's just like if you've been broke all your life and you acquire wealth. Well, I can't even make that, because I feel like people that's been broke and that's really got it out the mud, they kind of appreciate stuff a little more. But I would just say it's like, please do not be a Wendy. Some of y'all might not like me for saying that, because I don't like to say I dislike Wendy, but I've always felt like Wendy came off as elitist and better than people. But so far, I don't feel like, I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna give Tia the benefit of the doubt right now. I'm gonna give her a little grace, and we just gonna see how she do the rest of the season. But she was just like, her husband grew up on the south side of Chicago, and she basically grew up with a driver and basically getting her way. So she doesn't, do that type of stuff with her children. It's like, I get it, but at the end of the day, these are your kids. Now, I did agree with her when she said, she loves her kids and she spends time with her kids, but she also wants time for herself, which that's every parent. Like, any real parent that parents and that are in their kids' lives 24/7, we know that them breaks be well needed. And I love my babies to death and would do anything for them. But I do enjoy my me time. So I got that aspect. But like I said, I'm open to getting to know her more. So next we're moving on to Ashley. And baby, Ashley, you didn't want to bid with Michael. If you don't get that yard together, that damn yard needs to be cut. I was like, Ashley. And you got the kids out here playing in it. Ashley, get the yard cut, girl. So we see her sister Jessica is there. She said, my half sister. We know that mean y'all got different fathers or different mothers. We in the black community don't really use the half sister, half brother term, but yeah. Her sister Jessica is by the man that Ashley didn't like her mom, the men that had her mama homeless, which she got good reason for not to like this man. The man that Michael was mad that he was taking care of him. That's Jessica's dad. So Jessica is older, and I guess she's going off. She's about to go to college, so she's there, and she's about to watch the boys for Ashley. Ashley is going to some type of dinner or something at the White House, and I'm like, child, maybe this was filmed when Biden was still in office, because I'm gonna keep them opinions to myself for now. Anyway, so she's going with Josh. Y'all know Josh was the one that they were saying looked like Jake Hollow. Look young. We know she played in his face because she went on Love Hotel. Ashley was like, she got to get her coin and she's not supposed to let Josh stop her. Which, in that situation, it ain't nothing for real. Like, you going through a divorce and stuff, get your coin, girl. So she, after the show and stuff was over, she decided to text him, hey, big head. He replied, and now he's her date for tonight. Of course, Josh isn't dressed up to par, and Ashley doesn't like that he used a lot of product, but she's still trying to, you know, she want to be out with him and she want to see his bed later on. So, yeah. Her sister said that Josh was a little boyish to her. And y'all, Ashley's sister looked just like their mother. Like twins. She just lighter, but they are literally twins. See Angel and her husband enjoying a little date night. And right for now, I am liking Angel. I think Angel is a good new addition. I feel like she's a true housewife. You know, she got the husband, she got the children. And yeah, I'm liking getting to know more about her. They do say that they are renting at the moment because they want to find a house, and it's kind of hard to find the type of house that they are looking for in the Potomac area. They do own a home back in Colorado, and it's on multiple acres. It's really nice. They showed pictures of the home, and the home is nice. So I could understand not wanting to settle for, you know, they're probably paying more for less in Potomac. So I understand that. Her husband is saying that he's looking for like a minimum of 2 acres, and she's looking for at least 5 acres. So they want some land and stuff, and I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at that at all. So they're trying to figure it out. You know, Angel did say that, you know, she feels good being back home. But, you know, they both are missing Colorado. They were in Colorado because we know he was in the NFL, and that's the team that he played for. They have 2 children, and yeah, so they're, you know, back to her stomping grounds. And I did like that her husband was like, you know, well, it's your time now. We on your field. You doing your thing. And I thought that was nice because, you know, she was with him and he was in the NFL and she was a wag and she was doing her thing. And now it's time for him to support her while, you know, she does her thing. I like that. Sometimes I kind of do wonder, like, would the show really be a good thing for them? Because I know people looking at the coin. They want to make their money. And I'm all for that. But I just be feeling like sometimes these shows be bringing out the worst in people, especially when it comes to their relationships. But we gonna pray that they stay strong, because I hate to see people breaking up on these shows. We not even gonna speak that into existence. He seems like he's a stand-up guy. He really love her. So I'm liking that. I'm liking that he's not, you know, afraid to film. He's filming and he's seem like he with it. So that makes for good TV, and that makes for us getting to know her. He asked Angel how she feel being a rookie and if they are hazing her, and she's like, no, she ain't no rookie female, which is why I like her, because I feel like Angel not gonna let you play in her face. She not gonna let you run over her. She gonna speak her mind. So far, that's what it's giving. And I like that. She like, I'm new to the group. Like, some of them, I'm new to the group and I'm meeting them, but y'all ain't fit to play in my damn face. So I like that. So Giselle goes over to Keiarna's house, and Keiarna's house, her place is nice. She has a shelf there for them, and she's saying that Greg stays there, you know, from time to time. I'm like, girl, I'm sick of hearing about Greg. Giselle asked her how is her and Greg doing. She's like, you know, we're in a much better space. I just feel like Keiarna's is selling with Greg just to have somebody child. Or even if she really still with Greg. Inquiring minds would like to know. Or is she just using it to, you know, have something to talk about on the show? Because, like I said, I was trying to give her a little time to see if she was going to come with it. But so far, she's boring. I feel like at this point, Keiarna is looking for a problem with anybody. She said that she felt like her friend of 20 years, Angel, was taking Wendy's side. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Now, not you fist to be beefing with your best friend of 20 years. So They was at Keiarna's event. I wish they would have showed us a little bit of Keiarna's event. Maybe she would have been a little more interested in their child. I don't know. But she's telling them about the situation that happened between her and Wendy. And Wendy basically said that she didn't know if she was coming to the thing because her children was sick. So when she seen Wendy, she was like, you know, Wendy basically, you know, Wendy kind of brushed off, whatever. So basically, Angel asked her, well, did you ask her about her children? And so Keiarna took that as Angel taking up for Wendy, which I didn't see that. I felt like Keiarna is a mom. I mean, Angel is a mother. And so she probably felt like, you know, with having kids, she understands, which she do. Keiarna, you don't have no kids, so of course you may not understand. Like, you want to be all in my business, but you didn't even have the decency to ask me if my children are okay. If I was going to miss this event because my children are sick, it must be a little serious, right? But you so all in my face and you didn't even have the decency to ask if my children was okay. And her friend Angel is kind of like it's a miscommunication. In true Keiarna fashion, she's taking this and she's like, oh, she feel like she's taking up for Wendy. And I don't like friends like this. Like, like I said, she's one of them people who, if you not on her side to a fault, then you not her friend. It's like, girl. But I do like that Angel stands on her own and she's like, I'm getting to know these ladies for myself. I don't care if we have been friends for 20 years because a lot of this shit is petty bullshit, for real. And so she made the comment to Giselle that she had the chin check Angel. And it's the thing, if you don't know what a word means, then just don't use it, because chin check and Giselle is like, you had the chin check her. What? We on chin check friends. But Keiarna, she didn't know what chin check mean, obviously. Or she was just saying that because she didn't think Giselle was going to go back and say something. And so it's just like, okay, Keiarna, please do not be this girl. Please, like, girl, you are making me like side-eye. You like, girl, where is Candace? Bring Candace back at this point. We are at Angel's party, and y'all, when they were getting the drinks, this is the stuff that I be saying about Wendy. When she put the lemon balm in her drink, Wendy was like, oh, this is ghetto. Like, I know some of y'all may not find an issue with that, but it's like, girl, you always got something like, something a little fly to say about people. And then you got this shit going on in real life. Like, make it make sense. But, child, So, of course, Giselle, leave it up to Giselle to produce. I'm sorry, I know a lot of y'all don't like Giselle or whatever the case is, but Giselle is the only one really producing right now. Since Karen is gone, Giselle has been producing, and that's why she's getting the mess started. They're like peace and tranquility, and Giselle is like she ready for the lies and the bullshit. Which I thought was funny, because we know on this show that's what it is, lies and bullshit most of the time anyway. We would love to see the peace and tranquility, but baby, with these groups of ladies, it's gonna always be something. Wendy is basically like she's good. Keiarna is still looking for an issue, whatever. Giselle asked, is her and Angel good? Angel is kind of caught off guard because she didn't know it was an issue. I felt like in this situation, Keiarna wanted Giselle to say something, but she didn't want Giselle to say too much. I don't think she thought Giselle was going to go there for real. Angel said, what's tea? Basically, Giselle, said that Kay thought she had the chin check Angel. Angel was like, chin checking? Hold on now. Ain't nobody chin checking Angel, which I heard that, and it's crazy. Not even crazy. It's funny how Kay's whole demeanor changed. Like, Kay was like, oh, I didn't say chin check. I didn't say chin check. Like, here we go with the weak bitch energy. can't stand females who got a lot of mouth behind the scenes, but then when you direct shit towards them and ask them what it is, they backpedal. And that's exactly what Kay did. And Kay, this is supposed to be your girl. And this is the stuff that I don't like about certain women. It's because you get with other women and you play this game and you basically going against your friend of 20 years because you on this show. I don't like that. And my thing is, if you really felt the way and y'all really been friends for 20 years, you could have talked to her off air and it wouldn't even have to get to this, because now for me, you're showing people that y'all have little cracks in the circle in y'all friendship, and when people see cracks, what they start doing? They start applying. So it's like, girl, and then so Giselle was like, no, you said chin check and you're not fit to make me look like a liar. And Angel's like, well, she don't think that she will use that word. So I wonder what Angel think now when it's played back, watching it. But at the end of the day, it's like, hey, you're looking for an issue and it's over stupid shit. Like, you gonna mess up a friend, which I don't think this would mess up their friendship, but I'm pretty sure Kay is side-eyeing her for real. Because if we friends for real, outside of the bullshit, don't play with me. Like, we can do the kiki, we can do the hi-hi, but come on now. But like I said, Kay ain't about this shit, because y'all see her whole demeanor change. I didn't say that. Did I say that? Well, if I did say that, I'm sorry. And Angel is like, we supposed to be chin checking bitches together, which you right. But Kay, you grasping at straws to have something to talk about. At this point, you willing to beef with your own girl. Well, you really not willing to beef with her because you nutted up and couldn't really say what you said. So Angel has mints on the table, and I think, okay, ain't nothing wrong with having mints, especially if you're serving food that, you know, may make your breath a little tart, like fish and stuff like that. Okay, cool. But I think it was very distasteful for all the ladies to be like, oh, you got mints because y'all know Stacey breath stinks. Stacey breath stinks. It's one thing if you said that and you pulled Stacey to the side and had a talk with her, a private talk with her. But for all the ladies to join in about Stacey's breath not being the best, it's like, okay, this is childish. This is like bullying at this point. And what I will say about Stacey is she stood in it. She didn't let them like break her. She was like, oh, I take a mint if my breath stays. Like, she was a good trooper, put it like that. But it's just like, as women and as grown ass women, I feel like this was very juvenile behavior. Like, that was stuff that happened in middle school with little kids do little shit like that. But as a grown ass woman, if it's that bad for real, I would have pulled Stacey to the side and I would have talked to her woman to woman and be like, look, no cameras, this is woman to woman. Your breath is not the best, and I just want to, you know, tell you maybe you should go to the dentist or whatever. Or, you know, I have extra stuff, like I have gum, I have mints, until you can get whatever is going on figured out. You know, but just doing it in front of everybody and it's all on camera and stuff and everybody's joining in, I did not like that. I thought that was lame. And it's like, out of all the shit in the world, this is what y'all focus on? Like, this story, because it's not giving none of that. It's not giving, it's not landing, it's not it. I did find it funny that Stacey was like, let's do a breath exercise. Because it's like, okay, y'all want to keep playing in my face, then we fist to, you know, I'm fist to entertain y'all at this point. And that's why I say she's a little delusional, but she's a good trooper. And I have my thoughts and stuff about Stacey. Like, she can be a little, but at the same time, I feel like she makes for good TV so far. Like, she could be a little nerve-wracking. She is a liar, whether y'all want to believe that or not. And yeah, she then goes on to tell Ashley that she got her divorce, and she shows this divorce paper, the divorce decree. And Giselle is like, you made that on an app. I'm divorced. I know. We don't have the seal or the notary or nothing on that. Which, showing it, I'm like, at this point, if you are legally divorced, it would show in the database. Like, it is what it is. If you not, you not. I just don't understand what she's lying for. Maybe because she lied to get on the show. That's the only thing I could think of. But I'm like, hey, at this point, I don't give a motherfucking damn. Like, I never cared for real. Like, I just don't want to talk about Stacey's divorce, whether she's divorced or not, or her breath the whole season. Like, move it right along, because it's tired at this point. Whatever we think about Stacey, her delusion and all of that, she's here. Let her be, child. So on this final scene, we see Giselle, Ashley, Kay, and Karen's friend Cookie all meeting up at Tally Ho's, Karen's favorite restaurant, for her birthday. And they all decided to get her favorite meal, which is French toast, eggs, and bacon, which I thought was cute. So they are talking, and basically Giselle is trying to get the tea. So we find out that they have put Karen in probably like an alcohol anonymous class or something like that, something of that nature. That she talks to Cookie regularly. She talks to, of course, Ray and her children. And Giselle is like, she's not mad about not being able to talk to Karen, because she knows that people are going to be asking her questions. And I think she was basically saying, people going to be asking me questions, and I know my mouth. So it's good that I don't really know nothing. Of course, she did try to ask a few questions to see what she could get out of Cookie, but Cookie wasn't saying it, which was cool. I keep saying this, I reiterate it. I think Giselle is genuine when it comes to Karen in this situation. Like I said, y'all could not like Giselle. Y'all can feel how y'all want to feel about Giselle, but I always felt like Giselle and Karen have a love-hate relationship. They've known each other for years, and that they genuinely love each other at the end of the day. So that's just how I see it. I think she was really being genuine. Ashley, on the other hand, that's another story. We know Ashley just flying wherever she can fly, child. Keiarna, she looked cute in her outfit. I will note that. So we learned that they start talking about Stacey again. Stacey is the topic of conversation. Cookie is getting a text in the midst of this, and guess who's texting Cookie? Chris Samuels, Monique's ex-husband. I'm like, how the hell do Cookie know Chris? what is y'all relationship? Because why is he randomly texting you? I need to know. I'm nosy. So here go Ashley. Oh, my friend had came to the party late, and she pulled me to the side and told me that Stacey asked her to hook her up with Chris Samuels. She said she introduced them, but that's been that. So Ashley's like, I don't know when she tried to get with Chris, but maybe this was before she got back with her husband. But yeah, my friend said that she wanted me to hook her up with Chris. And Ashley's like, that's my friend's Monique ex-husband. Like, we don't know who the hell Monique is. Like, girl, at this point, Stacey like, shit, she trying to find her man. She don't give a damn who it is. And my thing with this, with Monique, I mean, like, they divorced. Is Monique and Stacey friends? Like, what's the connection? Because why is it so wrong if both of them are single and they're not friends for real? Not understanding. But I just feel like this is all just a storyline just to bring on Monique on the show, because then we get to the previews of next week and see, say it's 3 weeks later, Monique appears. So this just maybe to introduce her. Stacey out here doing what she want to do. Cookie is even taking jabs at Stacey, talking about he don't want that smell. And it's like, okay, like, Cookie, girl. So at this point, I didn't like all the bullying towards Stacey. Like I said, Stacey is a little delusional. But, okay, well, let her be, but y'all ain't got to go this far. But at the end of the day, we going to see what it's giving. This episode was okay. But y'all don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all.